Hey guys, Engineer Wannabe here. Sorry I'm a bit late. We had a bit of a puppy emergency. My dog just had a bit of a seizure. I'm not sure what happened, but yeah. So sorry I'm late. Things seem okay now though. He seems okay. He gained all his motor functions back,
Hmm.
and had a treat and looks normal. So
Okay.
probably have to go to the vet and check him out. But yeah, I'm not sure what happened. Anyway, guys, um, I'm glad he's okay. How are you guys doing? Thanks for joining me this evening. Torin, Bobby, and Pastor Tim. It's good to see you all. Torin, how are you? How was your weekend, and what's on your list?
Yeah, I'm doing well, thanks.
Yeah.
Went for a really cold mountain biking excursion with my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, today.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was fun, but yeah, it felt like -20. So
That's
Wow.
degrees
it.
Celsius. Yeah,
That's
It was
pretty cold.
colder over here.
yeah.
Uh, I couldn't imagine going mountain biking right now. Like,
Hmm.
Well, it's called fat biking, right? You have the wider tires on your bike, and
okay,
some of the trails were fairly well groomed. So yeah, it
okay,
was kind of fun. And today on the wrist, I got the Lake
nice,
Sua. Yeah.
beautiful. Still on that strap code strap, I see.
It's a strap mill, Canada. Yeah.
Strap Mill Canada. Okay, yeah,
Hmm.
Yep.
very cool. It's a good pairing.
Thank you.
Uh, gonna jump in the chat, say hi to everyone. Neff, how's it going? Got Dan, and we got Steve. Good to see you, Steve. Wolfgang is here as well. How's it going? Congrats again, by the way. Colin, good to see you, sir. Kevin is here. Bill is here as well. Hey, James, how's it going? Underachieving Watch Collector is here. We've got Chaz is here as well, and Bobby. How's it going, sir? Hope you're doing well. Uh, let's see. Danny's here as well. Good to see you, Danny. Craig, how's it going, Craig? Uh, not having a baby yet. Man, when it rains, it pours. I'm not sure what's going on, but thankfully it's not the baby. Um, Amin's here as well. Good to see you. Brownie, how's it going? And we'll move on to our guest, Tim, Pastor Tim. How are you? How's your day today? And what's on your list?
It was good. Can you hear me okay, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay,
Great.
great.
You sound great.
It was actually a really busy day. All good stuff, but January is when we celebrate a particular thing called confirmation at the church where I serve. And so it's
Okay.
actually a whole week of activities. So I had a whole bunch of services today, and they're all great. And I'm sitting, but I'm still standing, I guess. But it
Yeah.
all went well. I'm in Minnesota. We've had a pretty cold snap and a bit of snow. The last few days have been a little warmer though, but yeah,
Yeah.
things are good. It's
Yeah.
nice to see you all. Sandra, nice to see you.
Yeah. Good
So
to see you.
I've got the SPB 143,
Nice.
Oh, nice.
um, which we might chat about this a bit. It's interesting how there was a period where I didn't wear this much at all, and now I find myself wearing it pretty much daily. Is that
Really?
true for all of you as well? You kind of go through phases, and when we get to bracelets, I'll say a word about this one too. But if we're
Yeah.
going to talk about that, anyway, I'm loving the watch, and I actually have the 213 as well. I think, as you know, Sanjay, and I haven't been wearing that as much. It's a little more summery, but I love them both. They're just great.
Yeah. I was gonna ask, did you have the 143 the last time we chatted, or is that kind of more recent?
Yeah, no, I got the 143 first actually.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And it just sort of, I mean, you've all heard the things about it. I love the size. I love the sort of understated quality of all of the design details. I
Yeah.
love that it's sort of a slate gray instead of black. Um, so when the 213 came out, though, I've always had a little bit of a thing for white dial with dark bezel, and there just aren't a lot of them,
Yeah.
honestly. Or if there were, they were big or sort of gaudy. and since it follows the same design cues as the 143, I kind of had to snatch it up. And I got one. Actually, you and I exchanged some text around that time, Sanjay, and it had just come out. And I was fortunate enough to find one because they were kind of a little scarce. But I love that as well. They're both really, yeah, I think they're great.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good to see that you're enjoying them so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jumping back into the chat, we've got Jared. Good to see you, Jared. I'm really not good at this. I call it the Bobby leg zigzag because he does it so well. I'm probably gonna say hi to everyone again now because I can't remember who I said hi to. But yeah, good to see you, Mike. I hope I don't do that, but we'll see. Kevin is here as well. How's it going, Kevin? Nice 9. Yes, I was late. It's weird. I'm only hitting the 9 a.m. Messages right now. We've got Darren here as well. Paul Joseph. Wow, there's a lot of you guys here. It's good to see you all. Yeah, a couple of dog issues. Hey, speaking of doggies, how's it going, Clayton? Good to see you. All right. Hey, Eric Strickland's here as well. Great to see you, sir. IZUL today. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm sure it's an excellent piece, knowing your track record, Eric. But yeah, it's good to see you. Chris Ward as well. Good to see you, sir. All right. I'm going to move on to Bobby in Detroit Spartan. Good to see you. Bobby, how are you doing? How's your weekend going?
I'm doing great, Sanjay. How are you doing?
Very good. Very good.
Good. So I do have a watch here.
Yeah.
I don't know if I told you I got a new watch. I didn't.
No. I heard some rumblings.
There's rumblings, but just wanted to make
Wait,
sure.
what color is it? Let's just try and guess it. What color?
All right.
Okay.
You want to play that game? All right. It's so the watches I have. Why didn't you get the color? I changed the color. I didn't add a color. So I actually changed the watch for another color, for another watch, basically of the same color.
Okay.
So I thought that was going to be it. So I have a blue Vacheron, white Patek. I have a green Moser, black Ed White, orange Doxa, red Reverso, pink Grand Seiko.
Purple?
No, I didn't add a color. I changed one of those.
You changed
those.
Okay. I can't. I don't know. I don't see you changing the pink Grand Seiko for another pink watch.
It's not red. I'm gonna say it's not gonna be the green. Oh,
what's the black option?
Ed White.
I'm gonna say the black.
Yeah, I'll say Ed White.
So that's a good guess for everybody. It is the black, and I changed it for another watch. Good guessing there.
Submariner.
So, you want to guess the watch? I was going to show it. Okay.
I was just happy to get the right color.
Yeah. It's not a Submariner.
Okay.
But it's funny that your topic of today was materials and everything. So this is actually
ceramic?
Black ceramic. So this is a black ceramic.
Is it a Rado?
That's a GP, right?
GP.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Oh, man.
A full ceramic case.
Wow.
Jeez.
This thing in a date.
Wow.
The octagonal bezel, polished in satin finish.
Damn.
And then it's kind of interesting that the center is polished and you can see the satin finish. I'm just going to show you something here just because it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
This is a Patek Philippe Nautilus.
Okay.
Right.
You can see the similarities
Yeah.
in the finishing. So
Wow.
I ended up taking this as my black only watch. And I let go of the Ed White. So
Did you like the Ed White?
I did like the Ed White. It was just that I have a couple other Speedmasters and it was manual wind. And it felt repetitive.
That's what I thought, yeah.
So I think that being, and I felt like getting an automatic for a black dial watch would be better. And also it was a good, even though there were two separate transactions, I gave away the Ed White, and actually, even though this is a great watch, it was much more value for money, and getting some money back too. So, and it has the movement is under gray sapphire crystal, so I can't actually see it clearly as much as it's a GP 1800 movement, and the only thing that's not ceramic on this watch is the titanium clasp,
Okay.
and of course the sapphire crystal.
Yeah.
Why do you think
Everything else
Why do you think they gray out the back of it?
that's a good. I think sometimes when they do like these stealthy types of black watches, they sometimes blacken the rotor or blacken the thing just to make it show more of a stealthy type of picture. I think what they did was they grayed out the crystal, which is not what I wanted. I probably would have wanted a blackened rotor, but that being said, everything else on this watch wearing ceramic, and I think everybody knows it's much more lighter, scratch resistant, but it's much more lighter. It's the whole watch itself. It's 100 grams.
Wow.
So it's and it's very thin. It's like 11 millimeters. So
Yeah.
I feel like this is a much better daily wear, I guess, than a Speedmaster.
How big is it?
It's actually 42 millimeters, but
Okay.
its lug to lug is only like 49.
Okay.
So it's not too big. And I think there's a couple of reviews from like Bobby Legs and Bark and Jack where they're wearing it, and my wrist is slightly bigger than like a near 7-inch wrist. So
Yeah.
I think it works. It fits perfectly.
Nice.
And so it was an interesting thing. I was actually thinking of, I know Wolfgang actually has the Onyx dial. So I was thinking of getting that, but I do like, if I did get that, I would have to have compared the bracelet finishing to the Patek, which is exactly the same thing. It's impossible not to. So I felt like the ceramic, and then like Torian, you were saying the Rado. I was thinking of ceramic watches, and Rado was one high up there. The Captain Cook, as well as the I think there was a Chanel J12.
Yeah, that's the one I was
unisex. Those were the two major ones, and then there's some Panerai Ceramicas that were out there. I was thinking forged carbon as well, but the ones with the ceramic bracelet were, and of course there's AP perpetual calendars, Royal Oaks, and all that stuff, which are way out there. So I think this was the one that was best value for money. I think there's an open skeleton version of this watch as well. But another thing, like you guys know about me, I like the legibility of the dial. Is easy to read, and that's what I like about this GP versus a couple other watches, which are harder to read because they blackened out the dial or blackened out the markers. This is much more clear. So that's
Are the markers just polished metal on that?
Yeah, polished rhodium.
Yeah,
rhodium plated. Yep.
And there is a date at 3. Is that right?
Yeah, a date, and the date is actually really, really well. Of all the watches that are, I have a lot of integrated bracelet watches. This is probably the best date placement amongst all the watches. So
yeah,
great.
Right in the corner.
Right
in the corner.
Yeah, right into the corner, and it's open 6s, open 9s. And I do like, even I felt like if they did an onyx style, it would have been really nice with the black. But I really like this Clou de Paris.
I like that texture dial. It's nice.
Yeah, along with this, it gives a little contrast to the whole other, because everything else is black. This gives a little bit of texture to it.
So how long have you been like percolating on that? Is that kind of a recent thought of going the GP route?
I think I like the yellow. There was a yellow one that was a limited edition a couple of months ago that I noticed about, but that was from years ago. This actually is not a new model. This is from 20. I mean, they're still producing it, but it's it got released in 2018.
Okay.
But there's no video reviews on it, so I had to look at like Blog to Watch and like other GP Laureato reviews to go through it. That being said, I think I felt like this. I wanted a Laureato, and even though I couldn't get the yellow dial, I was just looking what else colors do they have. They have a lot of colors. I realized they have purple. They have all these colors, but again, all of them are on steel bracelets, which I felt I didn't want. So the black ceramic. I think there's a one in white ceramic too, but I think the black ceramic really looks really good. And like Amin just mentioned, that it's really hard to finish ceramic.
Yeah.
And this finishing is pretty good. for the value. So that's another reason why it's something, and it has a nice. Since you guys like tapers, this has a good taper too. It's from 25 to 18 millimeters. The taper, so that's another good thing I liked about this watch.
Yeah, it looks really great.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dumb question, Bobby, but is there a GP authorized dealer near you? Or
No. So I bought this. So I this is the first time I actually bought from Chrono 24. So I actually went through that route because I think the value for money in the used market is. I mean, this is like I think it retails mid-teen. Like
is it below retail?
Yeah, this was like 40% off.
Wow.
And so that was why secondhand was really good value for this type of watch.
So Eric's asking if it's the 105003. I think that's the original Ed White.
That's
right?
original. That's original Ed White. That's the one that Ed White took to his spacewalk.
Oh.
But the Ed White modern version, the 321 with the case, see-through case back. 321 movement. That kind of hurt me a little bit because I love the Speedmaster, but I did like the value, as I said, giving it N plus, getting this plus some other financial stability, I guess. Reserve, I guess would be the best way of saying it. And I haven't missed a speed. Like I still have Speedmasters in my collection, so I think I haven't missed that much. I did enjoy the Ed White because I think that was the best fitting Speedmaster. If you guys in the stream, I think if there's one Speedmaster to get, I think that's the Ed White. If you just want one Speedmaster, that is the best Speedmaster to wear. 39.7 millimeters, straight lux. I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead. I was going to ask what are the other two speedies that you've got, Bobby?
No, 3 speedies. I have the Snoopy Speedmasters. So
okay.
So
nice.
They're all 1861 movements.
Okay.
So
you were how big is the Ed White? You were about
39.7 millimeters. Okay. So the traditional one is 42 with the twisted lugs.
Yeah.
The Ed White has the 39.7 applied Omega logo, 321 movement, which of course is probably step dial, the dot over 90, all the classic features of a vintage watch, but now modernized. So it's kind of like wearing a modern vintage, like you plucked a watch from the 60s and you're wearing it now, but it has all the good stuff like the flat link bracelet, not the I would say flimsy Omega Speedmaster bracelets from the 60s.
Right.
And then another thing that the old I used to own the old original Ed White, but it had the solid case back, so you can appreciate a movement. So that's another thing that everybody appreciates, the movement of the column wheel 321 movement.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. Big move. Congrats, Bobby.
Yeah.
That's
nice.
really exciting.
So I took a 200-day watch fast, and 2022 came in, and I moved in.
Yeah. Wow. What a way to break the fast. All right. Well, just saying hi to a couple more guys. I'm sorry if I missed anyone. I was scrolling down the chat. Thomas, it's really good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I hear it's a little cold and rainy over where you are. Colin, thanks. Thank you for doing that. I do appreciate you putting on that G-Shock for me. Hey, Bobby Legs, thank you so much for that. And congratulations to Watch Medicine, Bobby 2.0. But
I think I was telling Bobby too that when I was looking at GP Laureato reviews on YouTube, his was like the 3rd or 4th on the list. So it was really high up there because it was like Tim Asso, Bark and Jack, and then Bobby Eggs. He reviewed the Onyx style one.
Right.
So,
nice.
Good stuff. Yeah.
Sanjay, have you showed us what you're wearing yet?
No, not yet. I'm actually wearing my Zenith A384.
There we go.
Nice.
Yeah. The El Primero movement. I have it on this deluxe strap. I had a bit of a when you guys when you Pastor Tim, when you mentioned talking about straps and stuff, I was already kind of thinking about straps because I had an issue with this strap. And it was a happy story, happy ending. The reason why I can't stand quick release spring bars is they tend to rip, or the chance of him ripping open is pretty high, and this one did that. So this is a deluxe strap, and the quick release spring bar ripped open. I just sent a quick picture to Ken from Deluxe and mentioned it to him. It wasn't a bad rip. I was planning to super glue it and see how that worked out, which I did, and it's working out great so far. But he refunded me the entire amount for the
Wow.
strap. So
Jeez.
really great customer service from Ken at Deluxe. I really appreciated that. I bought another strap with that refund just to support him. But yeah, so happy story there. And yeah, if ever I can get a strap without quick release spring bars, I will. Because
You can just take them out, right, and just put a normal
Yeah.
spring bar in.
yeah,
That's what I tend to do.
It doesn't always work out though. It depends on the strap maker. These are handmade, so I did attempt to take these out some time back. I can't without causing damage. For this specific strap. For the others, I have taken them out. But just a bit of a happy story there. So really grateful for that. Grateful for the watch too. But yeah, it's good to see all you guys in the chat. I hope you're all doing well. Pens have been on my mind, Justin. Good to see you. I just got a new pen today.
I watched that clip of you, Sanjay.
Yeah.
That wasn't fake. You were actually. Oh gosh, that was hilarious.
No. It was a bit of a long day that day.
Okay,
And I had just finished watching a pen video with my son, who's 5 years old, and he's really into pens too.
Okay.
And so like when we go to bed, we watch like a pen video to get him ready for bed instead of a story sometimes. And that was that night. So yeah,
I can just imagine your son's inheritance. It's gonna be like all pens.
Yeah. If I do say pens instead of watches, that's why. Because I got a really cool one.
Oh.
So this one here, it's a Visconti Polynesia. Bought it from Marcus, my
your dealer,
friendly neighborhood pen dealer.
When did you get this?
Today. So I got to visit Marcus today. My son really wanted to come with me too. So my son was gawking at Marcus's pen collection, because we usually chat a little about pens and take a look at his pens. So Marcus, if you're listening, my son's favorite pens of the ones you showed today were the eggshell one and the one that looks like a leopard. So the Tachia, I think. So those were his favorite pens. He was talking about it the whole ride home in the car. Made his day. So thanks, Marcus, for accommodating us. That was a lot of fun.
Are those fountain pens, Sanjay?
Yeah.
Maybe that's a dumb question. Okay.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going back to the 20s.
Wow,
basically.
good for you.
How many pens have you bought from Marcus so far?
6 now, I think.
Wow.
So each time you meet Marcus, do you buy a pen before you talk? Like
No, not really.
That's a lot of watches. Wow, a watch pen.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am over the moon with that pen. All right, guys. So we can move on to our topic for today: bracelets and straps. I figured we could kind of chat about our favorite bracelets, our favorite straps. If we have a favorite strap material, bracelet material, we could probably talk about that. And the idea was from Pastor Tim, actually, when we were chatting about what we might talk about today. So yeah, I figured talking about bracelets, there's not a whole lot we can talk about. We can talk about, I think, a kind of bracelet, like say if we talk about oyster or speedy saw bracelet or something like that. It's just a design, but we can when it comes to metal bracelets, we've got beads of rice, we've got Milanese, and I guess solid link bracelet, if I can call it that, where I would put in oyster and all the other variants of bracelets, integrated bracelets, stuff like that.
Well, Sanjay, can I sort of back up just a bit? And I
Yeah.
don't want to get you off the topic, but I'd be interested in your thoughts, Torrin and Bobby and Sanjay and anyone listening.
Yeah.
So I see watches, and I bought a number of them, obviously, on leather straps. And how am I trying to say this? In the last couple of years, what I've discovered, just kind of to my surprise, is I thought I really liked leather straps, but I never wear them. Does that ever happen to you guys? So it's almost like you're getting to know yourself better just by observing what you do. And actually, as an example, so I have this Hamilton Viewmatic, which came on a kind of, I don't know, it was sort of not a very nice leather strap. So this one happens to be, I guess it's genuine crocodile. I got it actually from Long Island Watch. Okay. And it's beautiful. It's a lovely sort of color, but I've found that I just don't wear it. So the reason it was on my mind, actually, Sanjay, is that this has been sitting in my drawer for like, I don't know, a year and a half or 2 years, and I almost never wear it. And I thought, oh, well, I'm always wearing bracelets this day. Maybe I should just find the bracelet for it. So I literally just today, I'm not kidding, the bracelet came for it. I'm not going to put it on right now, but yeah. I can open it up. But it's actually kind of I think it's sort of an H-link one.
Yep.
But that was what got me thinking about it, is that I started to realize, maybe I don't really know myself very well, because I keep buying all these leather things and other random weird things, rubber things and canvas. And I just find I'm always going to the bracelets. And I don't know, does that resonate with any of you or?
Well, yeah, Pastor Tim, for me, it's not leather, it's NATO straps. Like, I like the idea of a NATO straps, and I got like bucket loads of NATO straps. And I might put it on one or two watches, but then I just don't wear it that frequently. And I also think it's because of my wrist size, the tail portion of it, you can never like fold it back through properly because my wrist is really large. Like, so it's just, it's kind of weird that way.
Well, and actually on NATOs, to the degree I wear them, and I tend not to. I've tended to move to, well, they're not. I guess technically they're not NATOs. I've gone to these, they're regular, 2-part, made of sort of a fabric material, but I don't like the fact that
like a 2-piece fabric.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know, Bobby or Sanjay. Does that make sense to you though? What I just said or not?
Yeah, I was going to say that I live in Miami, so leather straps are no good here. It's not usable. I do wear sometimes rubber straps because it's kind of usable in the hot, humid weather of the summer. But usually I'm a bracelet guy. Most of my watches have bracelets. The only ones I wear on straps are dress watches. Like my Reverso has this thing. Otherwise, most of my watches, if not all, have a bracelet on them. And because I tend to feel like you just said, I tend to reach for something that has, I guess, a bracelet on it than one with the strap on. And that's just me. I think, Sanjay, I'll defer to you because I think you change straps a lot, and you're a strap person. Like you like straps.
Yeah. So for me, it's interesting because for me, I'm all about straps. I will purchase straps and I'll wear them as well. The only thing is, when I purchase a watch, I always try to purchase it on the bracelet.
Right.
I think I'm kind of turning away from that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because especially with this, I think with this purchase, it kind of opened my eyes with the Zenith. I could have purchased this on the bracelet. I purchased it on the strap. I took the strap off, put it in its box, and it's pretty much forgotten about. In case I do sell it, I'd have the original strap.
Right.
But yeah, for me, I used to be a strap person when I first started. I'd actually go to stores, and if they didn't have a bracelet or a strap option for that watch, I would completely knock that watch off my list. Which I don't know why, but I didn't think of changing straps back then when I first started. So now yeah, even if I do whatever watch I do buy, it usually comes off the bracelet, or strap, and it stays on a aftermarket strap, just to personalize it a little bit. But yeah, for me, straps are a big thing, and I think I can kind of relate to Torin. I used to purchase a ton of NATOs. I've stopped now, even though I look at NATOs and I think, wow, that looks good on that watch. But then I know if I were to put it on my watch, it would stay there for a minute tops.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah.
I wonder if everyone has a whole drawer full of NATOs. Because I do too, and I never wear them. So here's this Hamilton. I'll take it out of the plastic in a second. But so this is actually a butterfly, which I don't know. We'll see how I end up liking that. I do have another one with a butterfly. So there's no micro adjust,
Yeah.
which I know is a knock. But I think, doesn't the Aquaterra have something very similar to that?
Yep.
Yeah.
No micro adjust on the Alcantara either.
Right. Yeah.
And almost all Grand Seikos have no micro
Oh,
adjust.
is that right?
Yeah.
Do they have half links?
Yes.
They do have
will
half links.
links.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah, so in those cases, you're generally going to be wearing the watch a little loose, slightly loose. It's never going to fit perfectly. I mean, it might fit perfectly for an hour in your day.
Yeah.
When your body kind of aligns with your watch, and then it'll either be slightly too tight or slightly too loose. So
Yeah.
kind of get used to it. It's not really a big deal for me. I actually now prefer no micro adjust, if that's even a thing. Yeah. Because I find that micro adjust does add quite a bit of bulk to the clasp.
Oh, yeah.
So now there are these Grand Seikos that recently came out, which have a micro adjust clasp, was quite a bit thicker, and it's just a stamped clasp. Like it's a milled swing arm, but a stamped clasp body. And I actually, it kind of turned me off that watch for I mean, it's just a bracelet, you can take it off anyway, but it's quite a bit thicker than their normal clasps. But that's just me. I know I'm in the minority there.
Well, and it's interesting too. I'm sorry, we're bouncing all over the place here. So this is a watch I got quite a while ago. Actually, it's a Victorinox Quartz. I'm not sure it's made anymore.
Okay.
And it's interesting because, of course, it's quartz.
Yeah.
But now and I bought it before I sort of got more serious about watches, but I realize now that it sort of ticks a lot of boxes. It's got the case that, now we're getting away from bracelets, but I'll get back to that. The case has sort of this twisted lug, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's very legible for a chronograph. But this also has got this butterfly clasp deal. And I actually wore it for, I bet, I don't know, 2 or 3 years and never had a problem. And I liked, actually, to your point, Sanjay, there was something kind of neat and tidy about the way this butterfly clasp closes. I mean, there's not a lot of bulk there, not a lot of extra stuff. And it also has half links. Sorry, my fingers are in the way. But so the fit has always been actually pretty good for me. Anyway, it's funny that I got this again just sort of on a whim. And as I've gotten more serious about watches, I realized, oh, that was actually a pretty good buy, because everything about this bracelet I actually really like. Anyway, it's sort of random. Other than the fact that it's got polished center links, which I'm not a huge fan of that, but
right,
it's super beat up now, so it might as well be satinized, Anyway.
Yeah, I actually didn't see that to be polished until you mentioned it. I thought it was for the brush, but
it has a little bit of taper too, which is nice.
Yes, it does have a bit of taper. You are correct. Unlike this new Hamilton, by the way, which I realize is totally straight, which I don't know. We'll find out if I like that or not. And it's also kind of blingy. We'll see. I'll keep you posted and let you know if I end up wearing it. But
a live reaction on the Hamilton bracelet. I've actually been quite disappointed with Hamilton bracelets.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know what it is about them, but it's been a while since I've handled one too. But I remember being a bit disappointed myself.
Okay.
The Khaki King is pretty good.
Oh yeah.
I thought, and it's not a butterfly; it's your standard like swing arm one.
Right.
Okay.
Neff saying he loads NATO straps in the chat here. Canadian Watch Monkey says favorite are mesh bracelets. I was going to ask about that because there used to be like a boom of Milanese mesh straps, and it seems to have petered out recently.
Yeah, I don't typically those don't have fitted end links, right? They're just straight across.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. For maybe that's just an aesthetic thing. I guess at the end of the day, a lot of this is aesthetics, but I don't know. Something about that I don't like particularly.
Yeah, I can totally get that. With an oyster style or kind of like one of those solid link. I'm not giving it its proper name, but a solid link bracelet. If I have a straight end link, that really doesn't look good to me. Like with a Tudor Ranger, like the one that came from the factory with straight end links, because it was harkening to a time where that used to be the case.
Okay.
And yeah, that kind of thing looks really out of place for me. I'd prefer folded links almost, some folded end links. I'd take that over straight end link. But when it comes to beads of rice and mesh, I'm okay with a straight end link. I don't know what it is about it. It just feels to me like a strap more than a bracelet when it comes to those really what would you call it? Really articulating bracelets like a mesh or beads of rice. Wolfie saying that he loves leather and rubber, only a tiny few stay on bracelet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, here's another weird thing. You know, I was talking about the fact that I've been wearing the SPB 143 a lot, and as you probably all know, and well, Sanjay, Torrin and Bobby, have you had one of these or not?
No, I really want to get one though.
Well, one of the knocks against it has always been the bracelet. You know, the end links. Where's my camera? It's sort of like they don't quite match the angular case style. The end links are a little more rounded. It's a little hard to see it here. And they're a little bit loose, and it's a little bit rattly, you know. Compare that, and again, I don't have anything like super highbrow, but like this Christopher Ward, and I think Ward makes their cases at the same place that Tudor does. The Christopher Ward bracelets are really, really nice. They've got this on the fly adjustment in there, just using your thumbnail. It's all milled, obviously, but they're really kind of, I don't know, I think they're tidy, and the end links connect super well to the case. So objectively, this is like way better than the Seiko.
Yeah.
But somehow I've fallen in love with the Seiko. It's weird, even though it's sort of, it's not perfect, but it's got some character.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does that make any sense?
That I can relate to.
Oh, you can?
The Seiko, yes. I mean, going towards getting even though there's imperfections, there's something about going. I had a turtle, the Save the Ocean, and I just felt like that was something that I just went to whenever I just wanted to go out a lot. So the Seiko, I don't know about Seiko diver watches, but there's something about it that fits your wrist so well that you don't wear. And I had it on a strap, a rubber strap, silicone strap. But there's something about that wearability that Seiko has that probably is unmatched in their price category.
Yeah.
And there's something intangible, I think, like the Christopher Ward, and there are many, many other brands win heads and shoulders above Seiko, and name any watch brand here for any particular person. But there's something that that person kind of connects with that can't be. It's almost can't be explained, right?
Yeah.
And there's something to Seiko's rattliness. Like there's a comfort that comes because of that rattliness. I don't know if you find that, Pastor Tim. It forms a bit better to the wrist than maybe something that's super rigid. And that's kind of why I like Milanese mesh and beads of rice bracelets as well. They just jingle and jangle, and I still really find them endearing. So yeah, I totally understand that. I pick Seikos over some pretty heavy hitters and get some flack for it. But, yeah,
I mean, all
totally
that
get it.
said, though, I feel like some companies like Strap Code and Uncle Seiko like owe their market because Seiko bracelets aren't to everyone's taste.
Yeah, totally. I would agree with that. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Branny is saying, I really like rubber straps and good bracelets. I love the look of leather, but just have trouble wearing them. Always worried I will get them wet, which is silly because I almost never do. Yeah. The only time I worry about getting leather wet is in the summer, when it gets really hot and sweaty and humid and muggy. At which point I have a set of sacrificial leather straps that go on my on my watches. So
Okay.
yeah.
Do you still have that goat skin strap, Sanjay?
Yes,
To this
I
day?
do. Never doing that again.
Why not?
It stank up the room when I opened up the.
Seriously?
Yeah, it was bad. It was really bad.
And it never went away?
It went away.
Oh, okay.
It was there for almost 2 weeks, I think. The smell did not go away. I used all kinds of leather lotions. I let it air dry. I tried everything. Put it in like near air purifiers and just yeah, it was stinky. It was bad.
Interesting.
I don't know if it was just that one. It's my first experience with the leather or goat skin strap. I don't know if that one was a bad batch or, but I heard a lot of people say that smell never goes. But I'm just thankful it's not as stinky anymore.
Interesting.
I could see that stink like spreading all over into my other straps because I don't know, leather picks up smells, and if all my straps started smelling like that because they're in the same drawer, that would be, oh man.
You have to like quarantine it. Like,
It was dirty diaper smelly. Like it wasn't it wasn't just a bad smell. It was more I said this story once. I was just watching a movie and I did this and I started smelling something. I was just what is that? It turned out to be the
Oh my gosh.
so,
I could just picture like if you wanted to prank somebody, you could just like throw it in the backseat of their car.
yeah. On a hot day.
Yeah.
Torrin, I'm realizing now that back to the Seiko bracelet thing. I have the SARB 035, and I really don't like that bracelet, honestly. And it's got sort of a big gap at the clasp, and so I think I ended up getting a strap code that you're right. I like a lot better than the original one. So there's an example of where the quirkiness was not really endearing. It just annoyed me.
Yeah, I have the same watch. I have a SARB 035, and I have it on an Uncle Seiko Jubilee bracelet.
Oh,
nice. It adds a nice vintage touch to it.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out. Huh. Okay.
That was actually to me that was one of the worst bracelet executions in memory.
Really?
Yeah. Like it was the brushing didn't match the brushing on the case. The case was like leagues above the bracelet quality, like the brushing, the finishing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was that gap at the clasp was egregiously large.
Huge.
So yeah. Yeah.
I actually didn't mind the bracelet. My issue was all the links it wouldn't fit on my wrist.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah. So, and I was surprised because most of the time it's like they measure up to 20 centimeters in circumference, and my wrist is 19. But I found for the SARB 035, even it has like 2 micro adjusts, I think, but even with like it all the way out, it was really like skin tight. Yeah.
Bobby, back to your Speedies. Do you have those on bracelets?
So out of the 3, I do have one of them on the new 3861 bracelet, which is pretty good because of the improvements they made with the taper. And I think Sanjay and I think Torn, you probably had the new 3861, or no, actually Sanjay.
Yeah, we both did.
Yeah.
Oh,
I had to discontinue. I had the 1861.
Yeah. So the new bracelet is, I do have the one of them, the silver Snoopy on the original strap, and then the other one is on a rubberized strap. So 2 of the Speedies are on actually straps. and one of them is on a bracelet.
Because those the Speedy bracelets don't they have some tinier links in them? Am I remembering that correctly or not? They're not all the same width, are they? Is it sort of like a modified oyster bracelet kind of thing, or
The previous gen ones have
the older
like
ones.
tiny polished links. Yeah.
The newer ones are pretty good. Like they're pretty well uniform, tapered, and have a good clasp compared to the
Okay.
older versions.
Got it.
And Torrington mentioned about the older version too. It's a pretty good bracelet. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad bracelet, but I think they've done it. And the Ed White, actually, another thing is it has probably the best bracelet. It's kind of similar to the 3861, but it's a flat link bracelet. So I think it has the best of both worlds. It kind of wears, yep, and that's, I guess, a good picture of a.
So
I think that's the older one, right? Is that or actually?
No, there's a new one. It
no,
does
okay.
have
yeah.
intermediate links too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about those actually.
But is this the there's two different bracelets, right? There's
Yeah,
one
the
with the-
Hesselite one has an all brushed
Yeah.
intermediate bracelet. Look there. So I think that's the one.
Yep.
So yeah, this one, it would be the Hesselite crystal one. The sapphire one has the bit of extra bling here with
polish in it. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. They look really nice, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they're pretty
incredibly comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a fan of taper, but I think they tapered it a little too much.
You think so?
I think it tapers at the end. I think it's too narrow. I don't know, Tony, you've seen it too, right? I don't know. On a bigger wrist, that might feel a little smaller at the.
Because I thought I tried it on at your AD, Sanjay, like the
Yeah.
newer one, right? And to me, yeah, but right before it got to the clasp, and even the clasp itself felt like not substantial enough for my wrist.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, is like if it tapers too much, that end part near the clasp is where it might feel a little tinier. I'm still okay with it. It's still a much better improvement than the older ones, but it's still a good good bracelet. Definitely.
I really like the taper. It was amazingly comfortable for me. But yeah, I can see how someone could think that might be a bit too much. I think it goes from 20 to 15, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow, that is a lot.
Yeah.
And it's funny how, well, again, back to what we talked about before a little bit. I have one leather brace or strap that tapers a lot, and it looked really nice online, and I got it, and you put it on and you just realize, I can't wear that, know. By the way, Sanjay, changing the subject slightly, one of my colleagues actually is into pens.
Okay.
And she texted me and said, I don't know if she's still watching or not. She said, I'm interested in that Visconti. Was it called Odyssey?
The Opera Master. Opera Master Polynesia.
Okay, there you go. I will try to remember that for her. Or maybe if you're still watching, Valerie, there you go.
Minute number 48.
Minute number 48. Okay. I will say, I've got this rubber. I don't. Is it rubber or silicone? The Seiko.
Yeah, silicone.
Yeah, which I thought I would like because it's got, the SPB has got. I always sort of feel like it feels like a tall case at the ends, and other straps feel like they don't, or at the lug openings. And this has got this kind of height on it, but I put it on once and I can't stand it. I mean, I'm sure some people love it, but it just feels too bulky, and the clasp is gigantic. It's super wide. And
Seiko more recently have been kind of addressing that. Like they've been kind of lowering the length as well, because the tail on those straps are really long as well. At least for smaller wrists, they kind of pop out through the back and over the side. The only modification I did to my recent Seiko was I took out that metal keeper and I put a sailcloth keeper in instead.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. The metal keeper always pinched my skin, and it never held the strap in place. It always slid out. I don't know why they insist on a metal keeper, but
yeah. It looks kind of nice just sitting here, but I was not a fan using it anyway. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted someone.
No, I think I just brought a couple of watches here just to because
Oh,
I
yeah.
think of the bracelets type.
Yeah.
I feel like just based on my watches, because I was just comparing the ceramic bracelet with a lot of my other watches because I've
Right.
never been because of different materials. And I know, Sanjay, you were saying like bracelets may not have that much variety, but I think that there's a lot of variety because I don't use straps.
Right.
But I think I just brought all the I think the watches that I think are great bracelets. But I shouldn't say I've ranked them, but I feel like this is my priority of all the watches, and I think the bottom of the list, I think going upwards, but even then that bracelet is still good, is the Grand Seiko spring. And you have the winter, right, Sanjay?
Yes.
I feel like it's a good bracelet because it's titanium, it's light and everything, but it does need some work on it because of the clasp, right? It protrudes out. There's no micro adjust as well. So I think that probably is number, I think 7 on my list.
Okay.
Actually, and then the next one I have is actually it's funny. You're gonna hear this is the Patek Nautilus bracelet, which is a nice finish. Like you guys can see here, the finish is really, really good. The clasp is horrible.
Oh, really?
It's actually, I would take the it's not a it's a clamshell type of this thing that you have to pull.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to pull out and use. But once you get it out, then you can wear it. So that's why it's just above. But I think it's still a little bit better than the Grand Seiko because of the once you fit it, it looks like it looks pristine, I guess.
Yeah.
And the finish, it looks
So it's sort of like is that a butterfly clasp or not?
It is to a degree, but you have to remove the closing is not like a double trigger or anything like that. So that's why it lags behind the other watches I have here.
Okay.
Going up the list is the Doxa. The Beads of Rice. Great watch. Doxa does it right. I think the only thing I would say is, and the Torn, do you still have the Doxa with you?
I do. I can run and grab it quickly.
Is this 300T, right?
I have a 750T.
750. So it's a hefty bracelet compared to my other watches, and I like the heaviness of it. But sometimes the pins can get loose here on the Doxa, which I've realized because one time I saw it. So that's probably the only fault I feel. But the feel of the bracelet and I never owned a mesh bracelet, but this is probably one of the smoothest bracelets on the wrist.
Is it hard to adjust that, Bobby?
Not too hard, I would say.
Okay.
As you can see, it's pretty good, and it's well fitting on my wrist right now. I keep it a little loose just because Miami, once I get out, my wrist goes high. So,
but if you have to take links out, is it complicated with that many?
It's not. No, it's just like 5 minutes probably. It's a little heavy. That's the only thing. Yeah. It's heavy links. Okay. And then going up, I'm actually going to keep this, and this might go higher just because I've had it only for so not. It's a ceramic bracelet. It's just so light. It's so this thing. I'm not scared about scratches anymore, which is so weird to say about any other material. I think this type of watch is maybe. I know the AP is doing the ceramic for the time only one. I think they might release another one in the future for the higher, like the 37, 41 millimeters. But I think this might be like Rado's doing it. A couple of brands are doing it right for the ceramic. Going higher up this thing, and this was a big debate, but I think I'm going to give the Moser. This has a beautiful double deployment clasp that goes on like that. Wow. Really good polish bracelet, and it has, I don't know, I've never seen this type of, I should never seen it, but the feel of the bracelet, and Sanjay, you can say it, you've worn it before, the bracelet feels so smooth, buttery smooth, but it does not have a micro adjust either. But again, this is a well executed integrated bracelet without that Genta type of copy. I guess this is a more of an original design, I think, in my opinion, and it fits the bracelet, the case pretty pretty uniformly. The last, but
And it literally feels like you're wearing armor on your wrist.
yeah, like a dragon, like
Yeah.
armor or something.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It feels like a glove. I think. that's
Bobby,
what-
my colleague, must still be watching. She just texted me. She said the Moser is nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It feels nice too. I think it's one of my favorite ones. And then I do have to, and I think Colin's on the stream here as well. He could probably attest to it too.
Yeah.
The Vacheron, even though it might not have the same finishing, I think the Moser is a little bit better finished. That's hard to say because the Vacheron is definitely really well finished. I think the reason why this is a double point, same thing as the other one, is that you can remove the bracelet.
What?
Yeah, it's just, and you can put there's an option for a rubber and a leather strap on it, and it's being done with not only Vacheron but all the Richemont brands, Cartier. Who else was doing it? I forgot who
IWC?
else on the
IWC?
I haven't worn any
Wait,
new
but
IWC.
Bobby, how does it connect? I don't
They
understand.
so Vacheron has their own rubber. So when you buy the watch, it comes with a rubber strap and it comes with the leather strap. And if you can see here, there's a hook you just keep on. So the strap comes with a hook, and if you can see here, this is the end of you see that hook there.
Yeah.
So the rubber and the leather strap comes with that too.
It doesn't fall off.
It doesn't. You just hook it on, and then let me.
Yeah.
I guess I can show it
Like
here.
spring loaded, right?
Yeah, and it's there. There you go.
Wow, that is slick.
And I think that's the future of
Strap changes.
strap change. Well, and brands keeping, if you want to change it, you buy from them instead of aftermarket. Although I'm presuming like Uncle Seiko or something are going to do some adjustment with that too. Like they're going to probably find some way of getting. But I think that's why this one is much more easier to use every day, because you can change it every.
Cool.
But that's 4 different integrated bracelets I just showed you with different types of feels. And I would put the Speedmaster maybe like between the ceramic and the Doxa, like that level. The Speedmaster bracelet we just talked about.
That is cool.
Yeah. Canadian Watch Monkey says that I'm wrong about something. Not sure what I'm wrong about. I'd like to know though. So if you could type it out again. Sorry. If I am wrong, I'd like to learn. So, So for me, I guess I could go with my favorite strap materials. If I were to rank my favorite strap materials, I would say rubber is my least favorite.
Oh wow.
I really don't like rubber. There's just something about it that makes it feel not great on my wrist. It like sticks to my wrist, and maybe there are really good grades of rubber, and I can
vulcanized rubber.
Yeah, and FKM. I've got FKM rubber that I've tried that I've been really impressed with. But as a general rule, I think I really don't like rubber. Moving up from there, it would be fabric, NATOs, and stuff like that. Just for me personally. Moving up from there, I would put sailcloth, and at that point, I'd say is where I start to really like and enjoy wearing straps. So at the sailcloth mark, I think it's a bit more elegant than rubber, and I feel like it disguises itself as almost like a leather strap, but is way more durable, way more water resistant. Going up from there, I would put calfskin. So there's like a plethora of different calfskin. I'm kind of putting goatskin in here too.
Goatskin is above rubber?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Because now that the smell is gone, I really enjoy it.
Okay.
And yeah, not all calfskin is made equal. So there's good calfskin, there's bad calfskin. But calfskin, going up from there, I would put ostrich and crocodile and alligator. I kind of can't tell the difference. I know some people can, but I can't. Crocodile, alligator is about that. And my top favorite kind of strap is shell cordovan. Shell cordovan is incredibly durable.
Yeah.
water resistant, and it could last a lifetime if you don't overextend like the whole part and kind of ruin the strap. If you take care of it, it could last a lifetime. So yeah, shell cordovan is my all-time favorite. It's prohibitively expensive, but it's worth it. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I'm like the reverse of you almost, because
yeah, me too.
rubber is like top tier for me almost.
Right.
And then just below that, similar Sanjay, I really enjoy like composite straps, like sailcloth, or one of my favorite like straps that ever came on any watch was on my Damasco DS30. It was like a Hirsch Robbie strap. Like it came, but they even put like a Damasco buckle on it, and it had like a rubber underside, but like it was a nylon or like a sailcloth like top texture. So it was really durable and great for like the summer or getting wet and stuff. It was really comfortable. And then like leather is like below that, and then like NATO, I would say.
I think the rubber that and again, this is not aftermarket, but like some brands do rubber right, like Panerai. Their rubber straps are amazing, as well as Vacheron, the overseas. It has a texturized rubber, so it feels very soft, and it doesn't have that stickiness. And I can attest to that because Miami has 90% humidity all the time. So if it's a bad aftermarket rubber strap, it doesn't last long here in this weather. And I like calf. If it's leather, I like calf skin. So,
I mentioned Christopher Ward, that, and I wear these during the summer. It's humid in Minnesota, not as humid as Miami, probably, Bobby, but they do a really nice. This where is it? So this is the top part of a rubber strap from them that sort of, Sanjay, is kind of like sailcloth or canvas almost.
Right.
You know, on the top, which I think I don't know, it's not. And then on the underside, it's got some nice. I don't know what depth or changes in depth, which help with perspiration and stuff. So that is I like that one way better than that Seiko rubber one. Right. And I didn't do the homework you all did, even though it was my idea. I didn't rank them all, other than to realize, I seem to be a bracelet guy, basically. Although during the summer I will wear that rubber, or 2-part NATOs. It's funny, I've got a bunch of leather ones, and I just don't. I don't know. Maybe after tonight I'll try to throw a leather one on one of my watches and try, but I don't know. They just sort of sit there for me. So maybe that'll change. Maybe it's sort of a ongoing evolution, and we have different phases of liking different things, huh?
Yeah, probably cyclical.
Cyclical, yeah. Sure.
Because there was a time for me, like thinking back, there was a time I didn't like bracelets, to a time where I had to have bracelets, and now I'm back to not needing bracelets. I like bracelets now, but I still don't need a bracelet. So yeah, it's probably a couple of years from now.
So I had a question for all three of you, because I wear bracelets here in the warm weather. How does it, if you took a bracelet out to like -20, for example,
like today,
how would that feel? Like, would you not do it, or is it
so
you can't?
I actually happened to wear my Black Bay 58 on bracelet on the coldest day we've had so far, so -30 degrees outside Celsius.
Whoa!
And it was fine.
Yeah.
It's fine because like your wrist heat, right? I find like it's not too bad.
Maybe there's like a critical point where your heat, the cold temperature, like penetrates through the body heat, and it becomes a losing battle. But for me, it was fine.
Yeah, and like I said, I've been wearing the SPB through some really cold days, and I mean, unless you leave it out overnight and then put it on after it's been sitting in the cold, it's in a warm house and your wrist warms it up, and then you've got clothes on top of it. So I haven't found that to be a problem. Although I've heard, I don't have any titanium. I've heard titanium, it retains or conducts heat less than stainless. Is that right? Or is it the other way around?
No, it has it doesn't transfer heat as quickly. So
it doesn't feel as cold or as hot as
Right.
steel.
It's
Typically,
it's- yeah.
Yeah. But I don't. Yeah, I haven't noticed a problem with it in the cold at all.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Bobby,
I've been
you wear bracelets pretty much all the time in Miami, is what you were saying? Yeah.
Yeah. And I think I'm going to be interested to see, because I think ceramics it's inert, right? I believe it doesn't have
Yeah.
any. So I want to see how it does in the hot summer.
Yeah.
How it goes. I'd just like to see.
Okay.
Yeah, it's black and reflective though. Like, I don't know. I'm curious. I'd like you to report back to us.
Black and reflective. That's true.
Yeah.
Was there just a comment about my mind was blown by Bobby's bracelet collection?
Yeah.
Yes,
Kevin.
it was.
Yeah.
It was indeed.
Bobby's collection is legendary. So
Yeah.
But it's
Well, last time I was
lot of
on,
bracelets.
you were showing us a Langa and Son. So
yeah.
you still
I think
have
you
that.
sold
I
that though, eh?
Oh, did you
one-
really?
That one, because the only problem was I couldn't read the time, which is the most important thing about a watch.
And that was what we were talking about that day.
Legibility, right?
I think that day we were talking about it, and then we were nitpicking stuff, and I was like, okay, I can't read the gray on gray on gray. That was the only thing. It was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful watch, but
Wow.
it was meant to be.
Okay.
It
Well,
was
you did
soon
say,
after
as
that
I
stream.
recall on that show, you did say you liked looking at the back of that one better than the front.
Yes.
Good to
Oh, it
see you,
looks like-
Dave. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, Dave is joining us. Nice.
And KR Joey, good to see you as well. Zodiac apparently has that quick disconnect bracelet as well. Rado seems to have like a dual spring bar quick release thing on their bracelets.
Well, Bobby, I'm actually a bunch of your bracelets are butterflies, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Victorinox. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Well, that and the Hamilton, actually, which we'll find out if I like. But it's funny. I know that some people really hate butterflies, but I mean, those are some high-end watches with.
Yes.
Clearly, they must be used for a reason.
Yeah, and I think it's a lot of times. I think like you said that like this is just the Vacheron, but that uniformity. There's no protrusion. You don't even know where it ends if I show you this way.
Right.
And then the double trigger, so it keeps it in place. You have to press both so that it doesn't, and then when you press both, it goes off. So so the double trigger plus the butterfly is probably the best. Right nowadays, probably the best way of high end bracelet class making, I guess.
Do any of you have any Zin bracelets by any chance? Or
I have many Zins. I don't have it in my collection currently, but I love their bracelets because they have those double-sided hex screws.
Oh yeah.
So it's really easy to size and
Okay.
very precise.
So you don't have any in your collection right now, Torrin, you said?
Unfortunately, no.
Did you have like the 358 by any chance?
Not the 358. I've had the 556, the 104, the U1, U50.
Okay.
The chronograph one, the 103. Yeah. They pretty much all universally have the same type of bracelet in class. I think Zin's been using like the same class for 12 years.
Really? Huh.
Just a quick hi to Peter, Peter Kotza, who's here, the dear friend from Australia.
Yeah, I just corresponded with him last week. Hey, Peter.
Yeah, so I think we are out of time, unfortunately. It's been great chatting with you all. Thank you, everyone in the chat as well, for joining us. I'm sorry for not getting to most of your comments, but thanks for joining us. Pastor Tim, it was such a pleasure having you and chatting with you. You really should come on more often.
I'd like to do that, Sanjay. I'm going to try to make it more of a priority. It's a ton of fun to hang with you all. So thanks for letting me chat with you. It's really fun.
And we're super informal. We just come on and we just chat. So it's kind of like a public Skype call or a Zoom call or whatever. So no ulterior motives or growth incentives or anything like that. So we just hang out here. So I
love it.
That's the plan.
Fun. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. So, do you guys have anything coming up, Torin? Anything to plug this week?
Earlier this week, I put out a video about the new Grand Seiko White Birch that's being
Yeah.
released with the spring drive. So if you're interested, please check that out on my YouTube.
Yeah, and links are in the description. I actually managed to do that this time. Pastor Tim, do you want to plug your channel?
Yeah, of course. I just did a two-part series on faith and Velcro, which turns out is a theme I tend to focus on every year at confirmation. So check that out. And I haven't broken the internet yet. I'm still working on it.
Yeah.
But I am approaching 300 subscribers on YouTube, which I know is total small potatoes. But I think I'm literally at like 291. So if anyone out there wants to help get me to 300, that'd be great. Yeah. And I don't talk about watches much because it's hard to find ways to connect it to faith. But I've done at least one episode about watches. Maybe I'll try to do another one. But yeah, you check me out on Reflections on Faith. And I'd love to have your support. Thank you. Yeah.
I was just telling my wife about the Velcro episodes, actually. We really enjoyed it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Bobby, congrats again on the GP. It's a mind blower right there.
I was trying to repay you when you double flipped the white birch and broke Torin's heart, and the planet ocean and broke my heart. On the same day. It was more of a welcoming surprise when you did that. When you had two watches that were like, wow, you did that. So I kept this close to the vest, Sanjay, to not hold this released until the stream started.
Nice. Yeah. Hey, thank you for doing that. That made my night, really. So I really enjoyed that. All right, everyone. It was really great chatting with you all in the chat as well. Hope you all have a great weekend. I'll be joining you guys tomorrow for Watch Soup. So chatting about our favorite YouTube videos from this week. I don't have a list out yet because I usually plan that just before coming on here, and my dog had that seizure. So yeah. Well,
I would suggest. I don't know if you saw today. There was a, and then I'm just because he's my friend, but Watch Crunch made a coffee table out of his fake Panerai parts.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Interesting.
That was really something.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, dude, guys, go check that out. That was cool. But yeah, guys. Other than that, hope you all are well. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you tomorrow and next week.
All right. Thanks, guys. Great to